Let's see, am I live? I think I might be. Let's check and see. Hello, everybody. Your friendly neighborhood dungeon master here. I don't even I don't even really know if I'm allowed to be doing this, but D&D Direct starts in less than 5 minutes, and figured I'd I don't know, figured I'd co-stream it. We could kind of watch it all together. Do encourage you to pull up the stream for yourself so that you can have it full screen, or side by side with me. I'm not going to have it be full screen, partly because I don't know if I'm allowed to really be doing this. So maybe I'm going to stay on my camera, and just have the stream kind of as a pop-up in a window, but I'll turn the audio up and we can watch it together, and then if I get in trouble I can just fuzz it out. Yeah, I can just fuzz it out in post and upload it, and hopefully won't get like a copyright strike or anything like that. Tried looking on D&D's the website to see if like co-streaming was allowed. I don't see anybody else doing it. Let me see if I was just looking on YouTube, but the like D&D YouTubers I watch might not do it, but I wonder if any D&D streamers. I don't see. Oh, it looks like Cypher of Tyr is. Yeah, Cypher's co-streaming it. So I think we might be okay. I mean, she might also have permission to do it, because she's like, an actual legit streamer and content creator. So we'll see. So yeah, I think we'll be okay. So let me go ahead and I can't even full screen it yet because it's not live yet. So we'll just wait and chill and hang. Hope everybody's doing well. This is actually, just realized this is my first stream. Definitely my first live stream from my new house. It's absolutely my first live stream from my new computer, which I got in the past month or so. Past month for sure. So yeah, exciting. Was able to like bump up my bitrate. I actually have a legit modern video card now, so hopefully I can, if I wanted to live stream, which I don't see a ton of use case for me, but I enjoyed doing it when I was, looking at different products. It kept me from having to, write a script, just being able to go off the top of the dome, go live for an hour and a half looking at something. I think it's, it's definitely easier content creation on my part. Okay, we're getting really close here. So this is a YouTube premiere. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the music. Jacob, it starts right now. Well, in less than 30 seconds. It starts at noon Eastern, which is right now, 9 a.m. Pacific. So this isn't actually broadcast live. This was pre-recorded with B Dave and oh crap, I forget. Oh no. Did they drop her name? I forget. So I think it must be going live, or maybe just looks different for their Twitch stream. I think they must be actually, since Twitch doesn't have like a premiere feature, last I checked, must just be doing a like faked out live stream on Twitch and using YouTube's premiere feature. here we go. Go full screen. Let's see what WotC has in store for us today. Let me know if the video or the audio is janky. I'm imagining we're going to hear about hopefully the next couple of rulebooks. Maybe they can talk about I'd be shocked if they talked about like a 5.5 playtest, but maybe they'll just say they are actually going to do that. It's been, I think mostly everybody has figured that they were going to, or are working on it, and is going to publish new versions of the core 3 books, and update classes and all that stuff, which would be, I would love that for everybody, but we'll see. I would imagine, I think we're probably going to get maybe a teaser trailer or just a more official announcement about a D&D movie. I think the next, everybody thinks that they're going to be announcing Planescape as as the next setting, which I know people are excited about. I don't particularly care, as a person kind of new to Dungeons and Dragons. I don't really have any, I'm not super beholden to any of these new settings. Eberron has been really, really cool. But now that I've been transitioning most of my folks to Pathfinder, I haven't felt a huge, I still really like playing in Inteldore, Exandria. I know that's boring and lame, Matt Mercer's world that he uses for Critical Role. But that's where the campaign 1 of Critical Role is where I really, 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 really got into Dungeons and Dragons. I played it before. So we'll see. Yeah, Jacob, I think what a lot of people are thinking that the April Fool's joke around Spelljammer is that there's no way that they were actually going to be mean enough to make that just an April Fool's joke. That surely they were working on it and they're going to be publishing it, and that's why they felt comfortable enough. Otherwise, oof. Again, yeah, Spelljammer, people love it. I'm happy people have. I'm so used to 5th edition that that they've only ever published things for Forgotten Realms. They seem like they don't want to move lore along and don't like splitting up with new settings. The only ones they've done have been other media tie-ins, they brought in Eberron finally, but really that's Keith Baker's baby. They did Critical Role, and then they did the Magic the Gathering setting, and then I think that's it, compared to, I know older editions had tons of settings. I've got all the CR books. I'm just a fanboy, and I know I think that's not cool anymore, but I am. I'm still just a Critical Role fanboy. I'm assuming I'm not missing out on anything because we are approaching 5 minutes. The music seems to be yeah, cool. Okay. I wonder if this is the new YouTube. Is this their 5-minute countdown? I liked their old one a lot. That didn't really seem like Wizards of the Coast or D&D branding. Okay, so Spelljammer. They're just gonna take that right off the bat. Oh, I have German subtitles for some reason. I'll put on English subtitles just for make accessibility easier on me. It's great. Abomination Volts 5e. Is someone doing a... Oh, I did hear about that, that they're... Paizo's doing a 5e conversion. Totally fine with that. Like, if anything, I think it just introduces more 5e people to Paizo and their stuff, and maybe converting would be... Getting more people playing Pathfinder would be easier. With dreams and riches unforetold, we venture off to shores unknown. We sail our ship across the stars to treasure far from. I mean, not knowing anything about this setting, it looks wild. Spelljammer pre-order today. There you go. Not an April Fool's joke. Which is, like I said, it's good.
Wow, what an incredible way to kick off our show today. I'm so stoked
Anna
Spelljammer is coming
Prosser.
out.
Which means
that's her name.
Finally say
just came to me.
Spelljammer confirmed. The time has come to welcome one and all
left
to the first
her
ever
on
D&D Direct, a show packed with all the
dice
exciting,
camera action.
entertaining, and
I still
epic
hate that ate it
information you'll need to
because of
immerse yourself
personal
in the world of
drama.
Dungeons and Dragons for 2022 and beyond.
By drama, I
I'm
mean
Dave
there was
Walters.
And I'm Anna
mean
Prosser, and we are
people.
truly
Things
honored
didn't
to
go
be your
well.
hosts today.
For the next
Like,
30 minutes, we're
I
gonna
think
travel
someone was a
between
bad
worlds,
person.
from role-playing
So I'm not-
games to video games to
if it got
entertainment
canceled
and partner
rightfully,
reveals. So
cool.
gather around as we bring you
But,
the most exciting and up-to-the-minute D&D announcements right now.
That was
We
a
have
great streamed
exclusive
game.
content from Wizards of the Coast, Perfect World, Paramount Pictures, and many more.
Yep, so
to show you
D&D
just how vast
movie
and
content from
captivating the world
Paramount.
of Dungeons and Dragons is for all the ways that we players love to engage.
First, we're going to take you on a deeper dive into the Spelljammer universe with a look into Spelljammer Adventures in Space.
I love B. Dave and Anna. They're so great.
Whoa, I'm sucked in.
Hi everybody, I'm Chris Perkins.
I miss Chris.
am
I was
the
just talking about
project lead on
dice camera action.
Spelljammer Adventures in Space. And this is
I do miss
Kristen Falcone.
being able to
We're
watch
so
him
excited
DM
to talk to you
regularly.
about Spelljammer. Deep Space meets Deep Sea. My favorite thing about Spelljammer, the thing that brought me to it in the first place, is that it combines all of the excitement of a nautical exploration. Instead of teleporting from A to B, we're gonna get in a ship and we're gonna take the really, really long way around.
yeah, the scenic route, right? Where
Yes.
you get to see all the cool stuff that you can't see on the highway, like cities built on asteroids and monster lairs carved out of asteroids and dead gods floating in the ether. These are the kinds of sights that players will get to experience on board the deck of a ship. Spelljammer is a campaign setting in a slipcase with 3 books, a DM screen, and a poster map.
Double-sided.
There's 3 64-page hardcover books. The first book is called The Astral Adventurer's Guide, and it's aimed at players and DMs.
So,
Because not only does it have
really interesting
everything the
packaging.
DM needs to know to run campaigns and adventures set in wild space, but it also has options for players in it, including 6 new playable race options. The Astral Elves.
These are elves with starlight in their eyes. They've left the
I love the idea of separating out these books.
Autognomes,
Like,
which
that's
are mechanical
cool.
gnomes built gnome tough.
What's the next one?
The Hadozi.
Oh, the Hadozi. Yeah, the flying monkey creatures, right?
Yes. And then we have the GIF.
Jiff.
GIF.
Agree to disagree, but sure.
The GIF, or GIF, are a race of hippo-headed folk who don't know where they came from, not sure where they're going. They're looking for
Didn't we
home
already
in
see
all
the
the
GIF
wrong
somewhere?
places. Then we have the Plasmoids.
With the GIF.
You get to play
Am I doing the
slime.
joke?
I'm so
Yes, yes,
excited.
our first character race where you are an ooze. And then we've got the Thrycreen, which are insectile humanoids that have
Jacob, I
telepathy,
think
so you
they
can
said
have
each
silent
book's only like
conversations with your
64
friends.
pages.
And
So
they
I
have
think
carapaces that can actually change color and
what
hue
they're
to blend into
doing
their
is instead of
surroundings.
creating a like 250 or a 200 page
The
hardback,
second book which is
with
called
character
Boo's
options,
Astral Menagerie, named after the
rules,
very famous
an
miniature giant space
adventure, and a
is
monster manual.
bestiary
I think they're
of
splitting
monsters for the setting.
that up into
For
like
instance,
mini
there
books
are
so that you
space
can pick and
clowns.
choose, like
There's also
grab what you need.
pirates, murder comics.
Like as a
Giant
DM, I
space
could give the
hamsters,
adventure
there's solar
option or the
dragons,
character
lunar
options books to my
dragons,
characters
all
to look
kinds of
through, but I
creatures.
could hang
And
on
the
to the
third and final book
bestiary
is
and the adventure. I'm hoping it's an adventure, and it don't just be a
and it's
mixed
called
match. I want it to
Light
be
of Xerxes. It
like
is an all-new D&D adventure
the last few
set
books.
in
They haven't
wild
done like a
space in the
campaign.
Astral
It's just
Sea.
been adventures.
And
Is
it's
this a
got how many
campaign?
episodes?
12 episodes, believe it or not.
And each one of those ends in a cliffhanger.
You jerk.
I know, until you get to the, of course, conclusion where
Everything goes absolutely buck wild, and you'll have to see for yourself.
I don't like
Spelljammer Adventures in
the
Space,
way they phrase
coming
that with,
August
like,
2022.
August, is that right?
episodes.
Is there anything we can do in the meantime to get going?
Oh, wait, yes. In July, we are going to release a prequel adventure. All you need is a Wizards account, sign up now, and set sail for the stars.
I love Spelljammer, and I
mean-
cannot wait to further explore the Astral Sea with these books. And here's something else.
Right,
that greatly
exactly.
enhances
Paizo's doing
your
similar
Spelljammer
stuff.
expeditions. Our partner WizKids has created an entire collection of spacefaring figurines. Let's take a look at the exclusive
I just-
preview now.
I just much prefer, like,
There are worlds beyond worlds.
oh, I thought that might have been
Hot, light, dark,
Matt
water,
Mercer's voice at first.
and earthen.
Am I that meme now?
They all share
Is
one
voice actor? Is this Matt Mercer?
need for heroes. Attention Voyagers, at long last, the epic
Yeah.
space fantasy returns.
12 episodes makes it seem like they're not gonna really tie in the same way that they did with like the Fae book. I haven't picked up the last couple of
Take on
books
a
that
cosmic enemy with
5e.
new playable races, NPCs, and otherworldly creatures from the depths of wild space, like War and Space Swine, giant
swine,
space hamster,
giant space
and
hamster.
the menacing Void Scaver. Enhance your
Absolutely
storytelling
wild.
experience with 2-in-1 combined figures. Now you're ready to face any danger in the Astral Sea. Well, almost any. Maximize your immersion with gargantuan models.
They're making an Astral
Yet
Dreadnought.
tactical. Only
That's
you
wild.
can vanquish the threat of destruction and prevent calamity. Welcome to Spelljammer.
That's nuts.
Collect all
That-
Icons of the Realms figures online or at your local game store this fall.
That Dreadnought
You
mini
can
is going
collect
to be
this
absolutely
devastating Dreadnought
insane.
and all the other Spelljammer figures at your local game
And
store
cost.
this summer.
Next, we want to bring
Extravagant
you the
amounts of
latest
money.
on Baldur's Gate 3. So,
I have that
let's
game
check in with
downloaded
Sven
on
at
Steam.
Larian Studios for a look at all the recent progress they've made.
I hadn't even finished the like intro level because it was so buggy.
Sven! Sven! There's an update! Sven? Sven? Have you guys seen Sven? There's an update. Oh, okay. Sven?
Is this really Larian Studios like office?
Sven?
That's wild.
Sven? Ah! Who are you?
A doctor.
Okay, and where is Sven?
Sven's incapacitated at the moment.
A look of concern grows over the healer's face. He clearly suspects you're suffering the early effects of ceramorphosis.
What was that?
Now he just thinks you're weird.
You've got a parasite in your brain, and it must be removed. But first, according to the official apothecary health and safety protocols, we'll have to test your memory. Tell me, what do you still remember of the last 18 months?
I have to leave. No, I'm going.
Memories wash over you as the world burrows into the lobe responsible for producing quality promotional videos. Suddenly, a trailer materializes in your mind's eye, fully formed.
Yeah, are they doing a trailer for a game that's been out for a year? Maybe not a year, 6 months at least, though, right? Or are they giving us a trailer because it's in early access? Basically means we got to QA it for them. Well, I didn't. If someone wanted to, they could. Maybe I should check it out. Because I haven't really played it since like the first month.
By the nine hells, we've added a lot of great stuff already. And there's more where that came from. So join us in early access on our journey to Baldur's Gate 3, or come along in 2023 when the game releases. Thanks, Doc.
What?
Wait, no, wait, your Ceramorphosis!
Guys, we have to stop doing this. Full game access. The whole game isn't done until next year.
And better. There is still a lot more in store for the game.
Games as a service has been
But in the meantime,
one
let's
of the
set our
worst things to
sights on
happen
glorious adventures
the-
and fresh new locales in Journeys Through the
the
Radiant
industry.
Citadel. To give us all the insider details, here are Ajit George and Wes Schneider.
Hi, I'm Ajit George. And I'm Wesley Schneider, and we're here today to talk about Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel, a new anthology of Dungeons & Dragons adventures.
One of the things I love most about this book is that we got 16 black and brown writers to put together stories based on their lives, their backgrounds, their cultures, and their myths to weave 13 incredible adventures and 15 new locations that players and DMs can really dig into.
This anthology covers levels 1 to 14 and really highlights the incredible diversity of
I'm really glad that,
possibilities
like,
and adventures
I mean,
that you can see
the
in Dungeons &
concept of, like, putting a diverse cast of writers and designers.
A gateway through to all of the 15 lands described in there.
Great.
But also there are 12 missing portals.
I just
or
don't like
Concord jewels
these
that are transports.
unconnected
And that could be
adventure
used to make a link
anthologies.
to their locations in their own home games.
They must have done, WotC must have done
locations, you can run
surveys
these as
and found that
one-off
people do
adventures
not
themselves, or you
play
can set them in
campaigns
any of
anymore.
a host of campaign settings.
In writing for the Radiant Citadel,
Which
all of
stinks,
the
'cause that's
writers,
definitely still
they
how
share
I
their
prefer
notes with each other
to play.
And so you will see seeds
Got a
of each
one-shot
other's
with
lands
3
and adventures
brand new
within
players
the other,
in
and you
next
get
week
the sense of like
playing
a shared
Pathfinder.
world. The
So excited.
cultures,
They've
they
never
all
played a
connect to the Radiant
TTRPG
Citadel, and the
before.
Radiant Citadel is
Jumping into
ruled
Pathfinder
by
2's
a group
beginner
called,
box.
the
It's gonna be
Speakers
great.
for the Ancestors.
But after that, if they all want to play, we're going to
Journeys
just
Through
keep
the
playing.
Radiant Citadel includes multiple adventures. We're going
Probably
to talk about just 3 of them here
Abominable
today,
Vaults.
starting off with the adventure Wages of Vice.
Wages of Vice is a 5th level adventure. The art is gorgeous, bright, a lot of pastels, something you don't usually see in D&D, incredibly evocative of the Caribbean and the people. I think people are just gonna grab onto this art and it's gonna provoke their imagination to kind of sink into the land. And
I mean, the art looks
culture.
great.
Our
I just
level
also
adventure is
don't
called Orchids of
buy
the Invisible Mountain, and this is a
books for art.
plane-spanning adventure where you
Like,
start
I
off
would
in
actually
this
prefer it if
region
they
called
gave me
Tabla.
a
You're going to
black and
see
white
mystery and majesty of the
EPUB
Feywild, but
version
then go all the
of
way
the
to
book.
the inscrutable
I will
far
pay full
realm and
price for
face
that
creatures
without the
in
layout and the
realm
art.
of
I don't
madness.
care.
This adventure also includes
That goes
a
for
new
everybody.
monster, the Whistler, a
Shout out
far
to
realm entity
any
that's going to horrify your
any
parties.
game publisher out there willing to put in
Fiend of
a little bit
Hollow
more
Mine is a
work
4th level
during the
adventure.
layout
It
process
takes
to
place in
create
the city
a
of Sansatla
EPUB
and
or
the
MOBI
festival,
version
the Night of the Remembered.
for
When
Kindles
the
and
departed and
e-readers.
the dead come back to celebrate with their lost ones.
Yeah,
loved
like
ones,
Mwangi Expanse
in this
is.
raucous, hearty,
I like the fact that at least that's a
skeletons and
source book
spirits, and for this
for an
one night,
entire
those who have been
region
lost come
that
back
pulled from a lot of
and
different
share
cultures,
this beautiful
really
moment,
diverse,
and the
really
players
well
get to be part
updated
of
for
that.
2nd edition and the, you know,
This book has so much to offer.
20,
13 new
like,
adventures, 16
new generation of
locations.
players.
And this is all just a taste of the adventures, the locations, and the monsters that you're going to find in Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel when it
That
releases
deluxe
on
art
June
is wild
21st.
and awesome. I'll love that
I can
deluxe
already
cover.
see the Dungeon Master wheels in your mind turning, B-Dave.
Yes, you know me, and I am what I am, and it is absolutely true, which is why I feel qualified to appeal now to our fellow Dungeon Masters. What we have for you next is something you have never seen before. But I feel compelled to fortify you with caution. For once you cast your gaze on these, you will not be able to live without them. You have been warned.
Creature tokens. So basically, Paizo's Pathfinder pawns. So they're stickers to lay flat instead of like the stands that Paizo does with their pawns. I really like this. Like, this is absolutely needed, and it's a great addition. Basically what I do at home. Pretty cool.
I love how you can apply
I
those
hope that they
monster clings
keep
and then just easily peel them back off and reuse
adding
them.
more clings
Handy
and stuff.
sustainable.
Like,
Next,
do
we
it for
have
the full
terrain case
bestiary.
that will also enhance your D&D experience like never before.
WotC really getting into the whole gamut. This is something I might actually, could potentially get interested in, depending on. It doesn't look like there's any 3D terrain. It's all flat. So doing the same still clings, which, well, they weren't clings, they were like, I have like flat 2D token terrain. Also cool. Depending on the price, like, might be worth it for people. That's really awesome, especially as we get back into more in-person play.
Which is why it is
people
so
feel a
great
little bit
that
safer.
they'll be available this July.
That's nice.
Next, we're thrilled to take you from the tabletop to the big screen with an exciting update from the filmmakers of the upcoming D&D movie.
Hi, I'm John Francis Daly. And I'm Jonathan Goldstein. After years of being devoted players, we, like you, have spent a lot of time.
Oh, I was like, isn't the guy on the left the awkward doctor from Bones?
We could not be more excited to bring this world
Am
to
I
the big
wrong?
screen. We just wrapped shooting in some of the most incredible locations. It's a dream come true to bring the forgotten
Oh, they're
realms of
shooting
the Sword
right now.
Coast to life. We set out to capture the spirit of
Okay,
fun
so
and
it is a
surprise
D&D
that we all
movie
love about D&D.
in the
Thank
Forgotten
you to our
Realms.
awesome partners at Wizards of the Coast, but most importantly, thank you to you, the greatest fans in the world. It's going to be in theaters March 2023. We can't wait for you to see
Shit,
it.
that's sooner than I thought. Wait, do we have a confirmed cast for that? Is this a title reveal? Oh, we do have a cast. Honor Among Thieves. Okay, that's cool. I will take my gaming group. Chris Pine,
There you have it! Dungeons
Christian
and Dragons
Page,
Honor
which
Among
is
Thieves,
the hot
coming
guy
to theaters
from
March
Bridgerton Season
2023.
1.
It cannot get here soon enough.
Michelle
And I love how film
Rodriguez,
is another incredible way
Hugh
to
Grant,
inspire and invite new players to join the D&D
Justice
community.
Smith.
There's just so much variety and evolution here. It is always the perfect time to try your first game. And it makes it easier than ever for new players to join us and create these lasting memories and experiences for
Chris
themselves.
Pine,
You're so right, B-Dave, and especially
Page,
right now, it's the
and
digital aspects
Rodriguez.
of this set
Pretty
that
cool.
make it so simple. Take
Yeah,
a look at this.
we're just looking it up on IMDb.
This
I
brand
missed
new
that
D&D
somehow.
starter set not only features a fresh new adventure, it comes with digital onboarding tools that immediately introduce new players to the basics.
It has never been easier, and the set itself is also different from the current starter set. It is more streamlined and easier to understand. Additionally, the starter set contains everything you need to start playing the world's greatest role-playing game.
It's always so exciting to welcome the next generation of players, and this starter set is the best way
Good
for
starter
players to
set.
share their love of D&D
Good.
with their friends.
I mean, assuming the
family
adventure is
members,
good.
and
Hopefully they
especially
modeled
kids.
it after Pathfinder's
Speaking of
Beginner's
amazing
Box.
digital content, a new
About,
D&D
like,
digital library is available on the D&D website today.
I hope the
Just
adventure
use
kind
or
of goes
create your Wizards
through
account
to
get
like
access to
introduce
all this new
topics and
digital
like our
content
different
right now. We
concepts.
already told you about the Spelljammer Academy adventure, but there's something else, and it's one of my favorite things.
Digital library.
The new digital Monstrous Compendium. Talk about another treasured memory. I mean, all the way back to the beginning, one of my favorite things to do was to get the old Monstrous Compendium and look at all the stat blocks and all the art and just dream about all these terrible creatures, beholders and umber hulks and mind flayers.
Can I have a display Displacer Beast instead?
We can have both. Why not both?
Fair.
You know, I mean, I can still see my massive second edition binder bulging at the seams with iconic art because, well, I mean, I still have it.
Of course.
No, I love that thing. And I'm so excited they are bringing it back and that it will continue to be updated.
Monstrous Compendium Volume 1 will be available to all players with a Wizards account or a D&D Beyond account.
There's
and comes
the
with
first
10
mention of
monsters
D&D
from
Beyond.
Spelljammer, both well known and completely brand new for your collection. Throughout the year, you can collect more volumes.
I'm assuming Wizards account or D&D. I'm assuming D&D Beyond accounts will eventually be migrated to Wizards accounts, probably.
The Eldritch Lich, one of the most powerful undead wizards to ever exist, which is something I'm super pumped about. And then there's something I know that you're going to be
Eldritch
pumped
Lich
about,
might be
the
a good
10-legged
BBEG to put in my
asteroid
back
spider.
pocket.
Is 10 legs better than 8? Or
I mean, objectively better than 8. There's more legs. That's more better. Right?
I'm not sure.
Well, you know, there's at least one monster none of us have seen, the Star Lancer.
That's really exciting. I can't wait to see that. And it's only a tiny taste of all the stuff coming
Love the
to
idea of
players
fantasy
this
and
year
like
in their D&D digital
sci-fi that
library
leans
on the D&D
into
website.
Dungeons and
more
Dragons is a
fantasy,
world
like
for everyone
sounds like
around the world.
Spelljammer,
That's why we're delighted to
Starfinder.
showcase the latest
Starfinder
books
is really
will be available in
intimidating
French, Italian,
to
German,
me, so I'm
and
hoping
Spanish.
they eventually come out with maybe like a second edition of
Wizards of
Starfinder.
the Coast first started offering in European languages in 2021. We're thrilled
Didn't
to
WotC
announce
buy
that
D&D
these
Beyond? They
titles
did.
will now be
Yeah, they
available.
just announced it a few weeks
Tasha's
ago.
Cauldron of Everything. Monsters of the Multiverse.
I mean, see what happens. Assuming all the people, I mean, the big leaders at D&D Beyond who started the company and initially got the license is no longer there. Main guy, Todd Kendrick, not Todd, Adam Bradford is over at creating Demiplane now, which is the digital toolset for Pathfinder and the new Marvel RPG and World of Darkness. Demiplane's great. I think they learned a lot from D&D Beyond, and it's gonna be a lot more flexible. So Demiplane seems like a really, really great version for everything not D&D Beyond. We'll see what WotC does with D&D Beyond. I hope they start introducing maybe discounts if you buy a hardback, including like a QR code or discount code in books. But that means they'd have to shrink wrap their books so that you couldn't just go to a game store and get it.
Dragon Slayer, will you join us?
I can't believe Neverwinter still exists and is still going. Like, it's got to be, Neverwinter had to have come out around the same time WoW did.
Xbox and PlayStation. New Dragon
So the fact that like it's still active to develop with active players, more expansions is wild.
There has never been more great D&D content to watch. It has also opened the gates for incredible content to be created, including one new D&D show I'm personally quite partial to because I happen to have the honor of being a part of it. It's called Legends of the Multiverse. Let's take a look at the new ambitious D&D play series in this exciting trailer.
A trailer for an actual play? Assuming it's produced by Wizards? Gina Darling, love her. Megan and Todd Kendrick. And Brennan Lee Mulligan. And Abrea. And Ginny. And Anna. Okay. And DJ. So it's gotta be like an anthology with like rotating cast. Him and Travis. And I can't remember his name. That's a lot lot of players.
You can watch Legends of the Multiverse on
Who's
the Dungeons
DMing?
& Dragons YouTube and Twitch channels when it premieres later this month. As a storyteller, I absolutely love the way D&D invites everyone into this world of adventure. Whether
Was
they
B-Dave
want to
the
play it on the tabletop,
DM on
experience
that?
it through video games, watch it on the big screen, or be swept away through the pages of an expertly crafted novel.
You're so right, B-Dave. D&D brings us together in such fun and meaningful ways.
I'll
And
probably
that's why
give it a
so
shot.
exciting to see all the new content and products coming our way in 2022 and beyond. From incredible brands like Spelljammer, Baldur's
that
Gate
it? 30
3,
minutes?
and Neverwinter.
They're not going to talk about
And from products like the new campaign cases, the
D&D
Journeys through
Beyond
the Radiant
at
Citadel
all?
anthology, the Reborn starter set, and so much more.
In fact, here is a sneak peek of a brand
okay.
new miniatures gaming experience
That seemed
coming
like a
later
wrap-up.
this year.
Yeah, but can WizKids keep anything in stock? That has been my problem. If I wanted to get pre-painted minis.
But standing between you and your prize, the monsters who lie beneath. Gather your party, press forward,
Those
and
look
beware
great.
your rivals.
Oh wait, are these digital minis?
stand in our way. Hold fast. The Zentara.
Only the harpers oppose us.
Let no creature pass. And those who guard.
Wait, are WizKids doing a 3D mini, like a VTT?
A brand new tactical skirmish miniatures
Oh.
game in the Dungeons and Dragons universe. Are you brave enough to face the onslaught? Pre-order at your game store or online.
No, wait, okay,
Gather
so
your
they were
forces
doing
in battle,
3D
fearsome
renders
monsters and worthy rivals on a quest
of
for
a
treasure and glory in
board
this
game.
exciting combat board game. You
Tracking.
can get your hands on Dungeons and Dragons Onslaught in local game stores this October.
We've traveled between worlds in our show today. And to reward you for sticking with us for the
Oh, that
entire
was a
journey,
wrap-up.
we have one more intriguing thing for you.
But before we go, we want to thank you for joining
Short.
us for the first ever D&D Direct.
Everything in the world of D&D
I'm
is
assuming
meant
this
to be
was
shared
meant
amongst
to
family,
replace
friends,
like
and
the
fans,
D&D
which is why
live
it was such an
weekend
honor to
thing.
celebrate that world with all
Like,
of
yeah,
you
we don't want to
I
travel people
completely agree,
in
Anna. And somehow our
in
love for the
COVID,
game
so
just
we're just
keeps
gonna
growing deeper as we discover new products,
hire two
create
people, put them in
content,
front of a
and
green
adventure together.
screen,
How
and
amazing
write a
to see
script.
such evidence that D&D will never stop bringing new shared experiences and journeys to players. And to underscore that truth, here is one more thing we hope you all enjoy.
I often wonder why we fight.
Oh, that's
With
what's her
all
face from
the
The
evil
Expanse?
forces that plague this land. The odds feel insurmountable.
Great actress, great voice. Cannot quote her name
Our
for the life of me.
enemies are savage, cruel, and relentless. But even in knowing all this, we must still fight on.
Yeah, Jacob Paizo is doing an in-person PaizoCon, but I think they limited it. They're only doing it in like a hotel conference room in Seattle for like, I think it's max 500 people. And still doing online, like a lot of online games. Oh yeah, we knew this was coming, didn't we? Yeah. We knew that was coming. All right. D&D Direct. I mean, cool. I will admit I'm a little underwhelmed. I mean, Spelljammer's cool for people that, you know, are wanted Spelljammer. I'm glad that came through, so it wasn't just a bad April Fool's joke for people. I mean, movie. I guess the question is like, I think D&D players have to accept that D&D is now a brand that encompasses a lot of different things and not just the tabletop game. So like I mean, we knew ahead of time, but I think in my head I built up, oh, they're going to announce something big for the tabletop game. And really they just announced the next two things. Spelljammer, which I still think they made the right call with like the kind of doing like a slip cover with some different soft books. Like I think that's totally fine. Spelljammer, they kind of talked about a book that's coming out this month, next month. Spelljammer comes out in August. Dragonlance comes out end of the year, probably just in time for the holidays, so November, maybe like first week of December pre-order delivery date. But that is, I mean, we're gonna have another calendar year of no new mechanics and no new races, or no new classes for D&D. Like that's now getting used to Pathfinder and Paizo's publishing. It just seems wild to me that it still blows my mind that 5e has had the Artificer added, and a couple of like, they still have not come out with a Psionics playable class. They tried the Unearthed Arcana and years ago, and it was a hot mess. I let my first long-term D&D group, I let my wife play the Unearthed Arcana Psionic, and that was a mistake. She was OP as hell. But that UA was probably like 4 years ago. So now going, Artificer eventually came out. I'm assuming people play it, but I don't know. It just seems wild to me that looks like we're going into 2023 with the same core rule books, the same rules, and like the only thing net new is going to be new playable races in Spelljammer that look pretty locked into just Spelljammer, unless you want to, like, you know, you're playing in a world with a multiverse that you want to open it up to. Then Dragonlance, which I know people like Dragonlance. I didn't get exposed to anything D&D related until, 2014. So, I mean, anything pre-5e, I just don't have a ton of experience with. So all these different worlds and these different settings, I'm glad they're doing it. I'll probably look at I probably won't look at Spelljammer. I probably won't buy it. Just because that's not my flavor of gaming. Dragonlance might be interesting, and maybe I'll pick up and try to read the Dragonlance books. I don't know. Do they hold up in 2022? I don't know. I don't know enough about it to know if like it's still worth going back and reading, or if now it's just like, oh yeah, this is swords and magic fantasy, and the cool part was that I could play in it too in D&D, and there was a rule book for that. I'm not sure, so we'll see. Kind of lackluster, but like I said, I think people have to get used to the fact that Wizards of the Coast and D&D is a massive brand, a multimedia brand that goes past tabletop, where when thinking about Paizo and like looking forward to PaizoCon, like everything is going to be tabletop related, and anything they do is to further the tabletop game. Because at the end of the day, we got the two books coming out in the second half of 2022. Movie reveal, a trailer for a game that's already been out, and has already been in early access, and telling people it's not going to be out of early access for at least another year. Some new physical tools for the tabletop, like the minis and the terrain is cool, but I have a feeling that stuff's going to be $40 to $60, and I don't know if I would spend that much money when I could DIY it, or there's already flippable play mats that I could get. I don't know if the interlocking puzzle piece aspect of the terrains is enough for me to want to get it. And the lack, it didn't look like there was a ton of monsters in that miniature case. Like, that's just not enough clings for it to be useful for me. So I'll continue to DIY it or use Pathfinder pawns. What else was there? A board game announcement. They didn't even talk about D&D Beyond at all. That is wild to me. Maybe those two things were too close. Like, maybe I know that they filmed this based on like B Dave and Anna's social. I think this was filmed last week, and the D&D Beyond announcement, I think, might have been the same week. But surely that's been in the works, and surely you prep a segment about it. Even just something as simple as, we're talking about Wizards accounts in a digital library. Like, eventually we're going to migrate D&D Beyond into a Wizards account. Maybe they haven't figured out the business model yet, but it just seems weird that they're basically just leaving it as is, from D&D Direct. They didn't even advertise for it. Like, what if, maybe they assumed, like, audiences, if you're tuning in to watch D&D Direct live, you already know about D&D Beyond. But they didn't even say, hey, we purchased D&D Beyond, the, like, official toolkit for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. We're excited to see what comes of it in the future, but right now it's still an awesome product. Go, if you haven't, go check out dndbeyond.com. Crazy. So I don't know, I guess that's it. I expected a little bit more, but I guess 35 minutes is maybe what I should have expected. And they just announced this like last week, 2 weeks ago. So they weren't really hyping it up like the D&D live weekends. Jacob, maybe we don't know what... Yeah, I don't think they really know what they want to do long term for D&D Beyond. I think it just... if I wasn't surprised, I wouldn't be surprised if Fandom, the previous owners of D&D Beyond, reached out and said, hey, would you be interested in buying this from us? This is outside of our scope of what we do here at Fandom, and we want to move on. Do you want to buy it from us? I think it was for like a rumor like $150 million. So like, it's not small change, but I think Fandom had to recoup the cost of when they bought it from when it was independent. And it's Hasbro. Like, they've got the money. It's just, do you want it that bad? Oh yeah, Daniel, new live play. Yeah. I feel like that's even a nicher audience. Like, you're narrowing it down even further from, like, not only it is tabletop related. They are playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, but not even people that watch or play Dungeons & Dragons like watching actual plays. I really only watch, I used to watch Dice Camera Action consistently. I've been a Critical Role fan since, episode 35-ish of Campaign 1. But other actual plays, I've yet to find one that like really gets my interest. And found one that like really fits with like how I enjoy actual plays. So, but yeah, the live play. So that's another thing. So, anywho, I mean, I wasn't really. I would have been shocked if D&D Direct gave me something that was super excited to go back and play more 5th edition. It didn't, which is totally fine. But I did not know the movie was that far along. So going and saying like, oh yeah, this movie is going to be out in a year, and looking at the cast and be like, oh, this is a real movie. And Honor Among Thieves, I'd have to research and see like, is that an old adventure? There's a lot of I'm just Googling D&D Honor Among Thieves, and there's a lot of homebrew stuff, like homebrew adventures and stuff. So it doesn't look like that might be I go to the Forgotten Realms wiki. Anyway, like I'm still really looking forward to continuing to play Pathfinder. The movie looks cool. Yeah. Movie looks cool. I will check out the live play because the cast looks awesome. I didn't see who was DMing it, so I might have just missed that. Maybe it was B Dave. It'd be awesome if it was Chris. Would love it. Since it's a Wizards produced actual play, I would love it if Chris Perkins was DMing any subset of that crew. That'd be awesome. Yeah. So I think that's it. Like, I don't think I missed anything. Anybody want to talk about anything? Their thoughts? Did I miss anything? But I think that's that's how I feel. It was anybody like, yeah, 10 out of 10. That was awesome. I don't want to be a Debbie. I'm trying not to be a Debbie Downer. I'm just kind of being realistic, honest with my assessment. Assessment's a bad word for it, but yeah. I don't know. I think when you... Did any of that need to be a live stream? Maybe because all the news happened, like maybe their communication, the Wizards of the Coast communication team was like, wow, we have like 6 things that we could announce that will like all kind of happen over the summer, or, big updates about the movie. Does it make sense to do 6 different press releases over 6 weeks? Probably not. A quick little 30-minute live stream that doesn't require a huge amount of production. Maybe we could just do that. So yeah, cool. From a communication standpoint, definitely made sense for them to knock that out. And COVID concerns, like I get it. Like maybe Wizards doesn't want to fly people from around the country or overseas to do a big D&D live like they did back in like 2019, 2018. Totes understandable. I guess I'm disappointed on the tabletop front. Like I want to hear about 5.5. Is that the direction they're going in? Like I would have loved a 10-15 minute sit down with Chris and the like leadership of the tabletop team and been like, here's how we foresee, here's the future of D&D tabletop and kind of the vision we have for it. That's what I was looking for, and we didn't have anything close to that, which is fine. Like I don't think it's obvious they never planned on doing anything like that, and yeah, but that's what I was kind of hoping for, because I play D&D, the table, or if I'm going to play Dungeons and Dragons, something related, it's going to be the tabletop game. The only Baldur's Gate 3, I'm not going to play. I feel like I got scammed out of playing Baldur's Gate 3 in early access. Like I should have known better, but man, they really just said, we don't want to hire a QA department, so let's just release the game as is, full price, early access. and we'll just let people play it as we add stuff, because we got to start bringing in revenue. Otherwise, we can't play, like, we don't have enough money to finish the game, which just sucks. I hate that business model. But I guess Baldur's Gate is the only like officially licensed D&D 5th edition video game. There's a game called Solastra, which was kickstarted, but it only uses 5th edition SRD stuff. So they're having to come up with all their own subclasses beyond what's in the SRD. I've played more of Solastra than I did of Baldur's Gate. I don't have the attention span for those types of video games unless I was streaming it, and maybe even if I was playing co-op with other people. I've enjoyed. I wish Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous was a Pathfinder 2e game, because I would love. I don't know, the timing on that didn't sync up. I'm sure they were. Wrath of the Righteous is built on top of Kingmaker, uses a like slightly modified 1e rule set. Totally get it. Fine with it. Doesn't bother me at all. But I'd love a Pathfinder 2e video game. 3 actions. I feel like the 3 action basis for Pathfinder 2e would be so easily translatable to video game. Like, that's how a lot of those games work anyway. Like, I feel like Divinity, Original Sin, and all that stuff is basically like, here's a number of action points you have, and each, ability you have has a certain amount of ability points that it spends. That's basically it. Yeah. I really do hope Owlcat, like, and I've heard good things about both Kingmaker and Wrath of the Righteous. Like, people say they're good games. So I hope Owlcat continues working with Paizo, and that financially it makes sense for them to update the rule set to 2e. And picking, I guess, is Wrath of the Righteous an adventure path? I'd never even thought about it, but I guess it probably is. Like Kingmaker, it probably is at least semi based on an adventure path. So it'd be cool if they picked a 2e adventure path to do an Owlcat game off of. I would imagine they wouldn't do well, maybe they would do Abomination Vaults, just because it's 1 to 10 and it might be smaller and like more manageable for a video game instead of like a full 1 to 20. I'm looking. Probably Age of Ashes, right? I feel like both, or Agents of Edgewatch. Extinction Curse seems really. I have not read through or played that game. That adventure path, but the circus aspect of it kind of turns me off, and I don't feel like they would use that for a video game. I don't think they would do Strength of Thousands. And then everything else has been the half, the 3 edition, 3 book adventures, right? Age of Ashes, Extinction Curse, Edgewatch, Abomination Vaults, Strength of Thousands have been the 1 to 20. Or actually, Abomination Vaults is 1 to 10, so just 4. So yeah, probably Age of Ashes, Agents of Edgewatch, or they update a 1e adventure path to 2e. I could see Strength of Thousands maybe being a good pick for a video game because of the Wizard School aspect and using that as like a selling point. Based on probably why they picked, great adventure in Mwangi and Magambaya anyway. Both Jacob and James chiming in with a Rune Lords update. Y'all, let me run this by you while we're done. We're about to hit an hour, so I think I'm probably done talking D&D Direct. But while I got y'all here, I'm doing it beginner box with 3 brand new to the hobby players playing Pathfinder 2e. I want to do beginner's box because it's still pretty new to me too. First in-person game playing Pathfinder. Beginner box, everybody raves about it, and I like the adventure setup, but I'm hoping that everybody has fun and that they want to keep playing past the beginner's box. Would it be worth I feel like Rise of the Rune Lords would be a really fun adventure path to do. And isn't there there's people that have converted it to 2e and posted it online. Are they good? Are they that strong of a storyline that it would be fun to do for brand new people that are not we aren't Galarian heads? You know what I mean? We haven't played in the setting before. Because if so, I will absolutely go buy the PDF for Rise of the Rune Lord and look at the conversion stuff. Because it seems cool, and I think I maybe tried listening to a 2e podcast that's doing a Rise of the Rune Lord conversion. I can't remember the name of it now, but it seemed good. So I might do that. I was going to do Abomination Vaults, and I might still. I think if I remember right, the beginner path is a really good the adventure in the beginner's box takes place in the same town as Abomination Vault, and so they kind of they work together a little bit. Yeah, I need to get in that Discord group, James. I know about it. I'm not an active Discord user, but I need to get in that server. But I know where the link is. I know which one you're talking about. Then I am not always an active commenter, but I love the Pathfinder 2e subreddit. Great folks over there doing the Lord Saren Ray's work. So, alrighty, gang. Well, this was fun. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for co-streaming it. They didn't have any posted rules, but I saw at least one D&D streamer doing a co-stream on their Twitch. So hopefully this won't be a problem. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. This was my lunch break, and thought it'd be fun, more fun than sitting by myself watching it alone without being able to talk about it with anybody. So thanks to all y'all that hopped on and watched live with me. The VOD for this should be up immediately. If you want to go back, if you didn't catch the D&D Direct live stream, it might be worth scrubbing through. Book of the Dead review. I have the PDF, and the book is being shipped to me as we speak from Paizo. I've not looked at it yet. So if there's demand for a first look, be happy to do kind of one of the first look live streams, or I can write out a script for it. I might poke my head in and see. Oh, thanks, Ezra. Discord invite for the thing. Boom. I'm gonna pop it in right now so I don't forget. I don't want to create a server Discord. I want to join one. Anywho, thanks y'all. Really appreciate this. Tons of fun. James, book was a great beginner. Book 2 is one of my favorite books. Perfect. Rise of the Rune Lords. I'm gonna put that in the back of my mind, and maybe I'll either hand wave any of the hand wave the actual beginner's box adventure to be in just a nondescript town, and try to tie it into Sandpoint, or they'll just move and they won't know. +1 for Dead Book. Let's do it. I'll plan it out, and it might be I'll take a glance at it to see if it's something that I want to do a deep dive in and write a script for, or if I'll just do like a first look live stream. But I haven't even looked at it. I haven't even opened the PDF. So I'll take a look, but you guys will know about it. Make sure you're subscribed so you can see Path of the Dead book when it comes in. And maybe if this is, maybe we do co-streams for things like PaizoCon, that kind of stuff. That might be fun. So thanks, y'all. Really appreciate y'all hanging out. This was a ton of fun. Hope you have a good rest of your day. And hope all of your dice come up 20s, or at least up +10 above the DC. All right. Peace.